Joining us on the program right now from the Buckeye Firearms Association, NRA board member Linda Walker. How are you, Linda?
Hi, Cam. How are you? I'm great.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the program tonight. It's always a pleasure, and you guys have been fighting for a couple of years now on this restaurant carry issue, and it looks like the bill is in the Ohio General Assembly right now. Things look pretty good. Looks like the bill is going to go to Governor Kasich, and so of course the opponents of right to carry, and I want to say the opponents of right to carry, and I think in many cases the opponents simply of gun ownership, are freaking out in the Buckeye State, Linda.
Oh, yeah, the media is just going nuts. I think that the media is coming to terms with the fact that Governor Kasich is going to sign the bill.
Yeah.
A week or two ago, they were saying, well, they weren't sure if he was going to sign it, and all indications show that he is. But, yeah, what the Toledo Blade had in there today, and I thought maybe we could just break this down sentence by sentence, Cam, because there's only like 8 sentences, and it's just too much fun what this guy's. Well, it's an editorial, but whoever wrote it didn't have the guts to put their name with it.
So it was one of those unsigned, this is the opinion of usually that means that's the opinion of the paper. And the editorial staff all stands behind it.
Well, yeah, I would think so. So, you read the first sentence. The General Assembly likely will soon send Governor John Kasich a foolish bill.
Yes.
Foolish, they call our bill, that would allow concealed weapons in bars, restaurants, and other places where alcohol is served. I wonder what makes our bill foolish in comparison to some of the other bills that are running through the State House. Did you know that Ohio soon will have a dedicated children's book? So
no.
Yeah, but just comparing foolish bills.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Next sentence. If Mr. Kasich cares more about ensuring public safety than about pandering to special interest extremists, he will veto it empathetically. Extremist. So, I got to guess it was a liberal who wrote this editorial.
Yeah.
Are we extremists because we expect our government to uphold the U.S. Constitution and the Ohio Constitution?
Well, and, Linda, I mean, look, the other objection to this, and this is the one that, they always try to claim is their pragmatic objection. Well, how on earth, Linda, are we supposed to believe that gun owners, carrying into a restaurant where alcohol is served are going to refrain from drinking? They're just guaranteed to shoot up the place. And I thought it was interesting. You guys at Buckeye Firearms, Ken Hansen gave up going to his kid's soccer game last night so he could sit down and crunch some state statutes. And, you go through the books. I mean, and he just went through A through G in the list of states. But Alaska and Arkansas, Florida, Georgia. And we mentioned Pennsylvania earlier where there are 600,000 right-to-carry holders who can not only carry, but they can actually consume a drink while they are in a restaurant.
Yeah.
And there haven't been any problems, Linda. Nobody's talking about rescinding those laws in Alaska, Georgia, Pennsylvania, wherever.
Yeah, and good Lord, 71,000 people, gun owners, came together in Pittsburgh 3 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. I know that I went out to restaurants and carried, and nothing bad come about. And gosh, for 71,000 people to come together peacefully and not break the law,
yeah,
it's amazing.
Well, and I think clearly their defensiveness here, in terms of they just cannot see how on earth this could be a good thing. If you put it in other terms, like why do we allow people to drive to restaurants where alcohol is served?
Yeah.
Again, can we really trust that everybody who drives to a restaurant is going to refrain from drinking? Clearly not. We have drunk drivers. As a matter of fact, I would say that we have far more reason to be worried about individuals who will drink and drive as opposed to individuals who will carry and drink.
Absolutely.
But can they even wrap their heads around that argument, Linda, or do they just kind of ignore it?
I think they ignore it. I've spent so many years in the State House now, and, you hear all the rhetoric from the anti-gun people. It's the same. It's like push, repeat. We're going to hear the same thing over and over again. And I don't know if you saw the editorial in the Columbus Dispatch from, I hate to even say his name, but I'll say Joe Hallett. One of our new representatives in the State House is Ann Gonzalez. She's from one of the suburbs here around Columbus. And I actually had her and John Hohenwater and I all met together in February or March to welcome her to the State House. She carries. And when last week it was voted on the House floor, Representative Gonzalez got up and she gave a floor speech and said that she carries and all of that. So today, Joe Hallett from the Columbus Dispatch, just picking one paragraph out of his insane article here, it says, the ludicrous arguments Gonzalez and colleagues made to rationalize the introduction of guns into bars put an exclamation point on the General Assembly's complete sellout to the National Rifle Association and affiliated gun-purveying groups. Your rights end where the gun lobbies begin. Its perversion of the Second Amendment has left no room for common sense.
Perversion? Do we dress it up in high heels and a corset or something?
Yes,
Wow.
so.
Linda, the amazing thing is, every one of these op-eds like this, and I see these all the time where they chastise gun owners for, kowtowing to, or they lawmakers for kowtowing to the gun lobby. It's like these politicians can never come to the conclusion on their own that the right to keep and bear arms really is important. Any politician who believes that is not allowed to believe it. They just have to have had their arms twisted by the nefarious gun owners in whatever state.
Yeah. Well, the one sentence in the Toledo Blades was, when gun lobbies snap their fingers, lawmakers know they have to jump. Really? We've been working on this same doggone bill for 2.5 years now, Cam. I don't think that's snapping our fingers and we're getting what we want.
No. Well, look, again, if they reported that this bill was the work of years of effort on the part of thousands of gun owners across the state of Ohio, Linda, what that would tell their readers is that the gun lobby is not just the actual, lobbyists, that there is a real grassroots movement.
Oh, absolutely.
And they don't want to admit that.
Yeah.
They can't, because they know that there is no corresponding grassroots movement on the gun control side.
Right. Well, not an effective one, anyhow.
No, I mean, look, how many people does Toby Hoover bring to an event?
One.
Okay. I would say that is not an effective grassroots movement when you are a movement of one.
Right.
Maybe a great campaign for U.S. Army recruiting, but not a great way to run an organization.
Correct.
All right, so Linda, what should those thousands of dedicated and devoted and active gun owners in Ohio be doing right now?
Well, right now, because we ran the same bills concurrently in both the Senate and the House, we've got the House bills passed, we've got the Senate bills passed. Of course, those got passed a month or so ago.
Yeah.
Right now, the decision needs to be made in the State House which bills are actually going to be the vehicles that are going to move into law. From my understanding, we're being told that by the end of this week, we should know which ones are going to be it. Today we're hearing one House bill, one Senate bill, because we're also running restoration of rights at the same time. So we're all on the same, moving both of these bills at the same time. So I would say keep an eye on Buckeye Firearms website at buckeyefirearms.org as we get information in as to which chambers are going to move the bills. That's when we're going to need to ask for the help again. Since they've already run through the Senate and the House, we're assuming it should be a slam dunk to move these quickly through the committees on the other side and get them to Governor Kasich's desk. We're still being told that Governor Kasich has said that he will sign these bills, and we're counting on him. We've got confidence that he will do the right thing. We're not real concerned about him vetoing the bills at this point. He'll do the right thing.
All right.
So, keep track of the website, and we'll keep everybody posted.
Sounds good. Linda, thank you again for coming on the program tonight, and look forward to talking again very soon.
Okay, well, thank you.
Linda Walker with Buckeye Farms Association, member of the NRA's Board of Directors.